I was spelunking. We went to. I was fatter than I am now, and
well, let me ask: is it so 5-acre underground lake?
Yeah.
Does that mean it's like? Is there water
yes,
and then some air
in the mountain?
But is there air between the ceiling of the cave and the? Oh, okay.
So
you can put a boat down in there.
Yes. The story is that this kid, when he was a kid, he discovered this huge underground lake in these caves, and so he spelunked and went through cracks and crevices. It's a wonder he didn't get killed. And all of a sudden, he looked and he saw something blue, and he came crawling through this hole, and he pulled himself up and he looked, and there was nothing but a massive lake in the middle of the mountain. And that's true. We went the same way the kid went, and we had to crawl, dude. And I'm claustrophobic, but there was probably from here to that wall. What would you say that is? Probably
25 feet.
25 feet. And I could barely fit through the hole.
Dang.
And I crawled through that hole because the cameraman went first and put a camera there on the other side. So, dude, it was freaking me out. I'm like, if I get stuck in here. But I made it through. And as soon as I got to the other side, we crawled up another deal and then went through another little cavern. And there's this amazing blue lake.
Wow.
And salmon the size of your freaking left leg.
Dang.
I don't know why I picked the left leg.
Yeah.
But he used the right leg.
Because of my yeah.
Both of your legs are the same size. I'm just saying.
I think they are.
I should have just said the size of your leg.
And they're pretty small, but it would be a big salmon.
But there's salmon swimming around in there. It was beautiful. But it was crazy because we're at this one part we get through, and then you have to, there's a deep drop on the side, and you have to climb up. And it's really claustrophobic. And one of my cameramen, he did everything. This guy, we got off a show where he was hanging off of helicopters in a logging show. He'd hang off helicopters with ropes and film flying over. So that guy scared him that. He's freaking out.
Oh, dang. Everybody's freaking out.
Like, man, I'm really claustrophobic.
Had people gone in there all the time?
Well, here's the funny part of it. It's not fun. It's funny now.
Yeah.
But not then. We get done. We finish the episode. And it's funny. I mean, every time I watch it, I go, man, that's a hilarious episode. I'm glad I did it. But while I was doing it, I was cussing him. I was mad.
Yeah.
And I go to the guy, the guy comes up to me, the kid that led the tour, and only a few of us could go. So I had 2 cameramen, and my director didn't even go. It was just me and a couple cameramen, and me and him. He was really claustrophobic, and he goes, man, I'm freaking out. I'm about to lose it here. And I go, no, look at me. And I told him, I go, look at me. Tell me a joke. Let's tell each other jokes. Get your mind off of it, because I'm claustrophobic. And so we get done with it, and the kid goes, man, that was awesome. I can't believe they wanted you to go down this way. We never take anybody down this way. I go, well, you've been down it, though. No, it's only the second time I've ever done it. He goes, I was actually kind of worried. I was thinking, man, if somebody gets stuck, there's no way to get anybody out of it because nobody ever comes down this way. And I'm going, you sons of... I can't believe you risked our lives for this stupid... And then he goes, normally we just take people on the tour and we just walk around the rails over there, and then you can go all the way around to the back and come up the back way. And there it is. They got a viewing platform. And I go, they got a viewing platform and we're climbing through rocks and sand? I mean, it was irritating.
Oh, my God.
And there's only one other time that I was mad. We were getting, and only in America, in South Carolina, we're getting oysters and stuff. So the tide goes out, and then you walk out in the mud, and you start getting that stuff. Well, I had a guide and everything. Well, evidently, before it started, my producer told the guide, hey, take him somewhere where it's kind of risky, but not real risky. It's safe. He goes, oh, yeah, I know a place. This was the conversation. So we get out there, and the tide's out, and you're walking in this mud, And all of a sudden, I get stuck. And I'm sinking down to my knees. And he goes, oh, yeah, all right, Larry, just, grab onto those branches and just kind of roll. You'll get out of there. And he goes, I'll come help you. And he's like, you know what? Man, I'm really sorry, Larry. This is a lot deeper than I thought it was. He goes, can you feel bottom? I go, no, I can't feel bottom. Ah, shit. Right? And now I'm like, well, oh, shit, that can't be good. Right? Now I'm up to my nuts in mud. And so I'm trying to pull myself out. And he's using a bucket to try to pull himself out. I got a cameraman stuck on the other side. Then I look and I see my director doing the cut. Cut it. We don't want to film this. Cut it. In case something happens, it's not going to be on film, right? And right when I saw him do that, I'm like, you moron. And so it took me, Dale, I sunk all the way up to my waist, and I still couldn't feel the bottom. And now I got a firm grip on this stuff, and I'm rolling and rolling. Finally, that guy gets to me to help me he's helping pull me up. He gets to the dry land. 42 minutes it took me.
Dang.
To get out of that flipping mud because it was sucking me down but when I would roll, I would get kind of loose. Finally got out of there and I walked. Then we had to walk out. So we had to find spots to walk out.
They start filming again.
Let's just say I used a few choice words on my director, and that was about it.
Golly.
Yeah, so I punched him. In the next episode, he wanted me to get in a ball. It was a big rubber clear ball. It was something they had on a hill where you get in it and you get in this ball and you roll down the hill completely in the ball.
Knocker balls.
Whatever. Yeah. And I says, well, I ain't doing it. You get in it. You get in it. I ain't getting in it. Oh, what? You call me a pussy all the time. Get in the ball. You got to do something. Come on. Get on camera. So I made him get in it.
Did he go down?
Oh, yeah. And it ruined him for the whole day. Dizzy, throwing up. It was awesome.
That sounds terrible.
I got my revenge. Oh, horrible. Why would I do that? And not only that, it's not even the theme of the show. The theme of the show was about people that came to this country, the greatest country in the world, and took an idea. And they're in America, so now they have all the freedom to take this idea and turn it into what it is today.
Uh-huh.
That had nothing to do with, none of that had anything. It's like, but they don't go hunt for oysters in Europe. Of course they do.
Yeah.
This is nothing unique to the United States. They were just starting to put me in dangerous situations because they saw that was really funny and we were getting so now they're trying to find something dangerous. So that's when I quit doing that show.
Yeah, they've got, however long to film and, all that money to be out there. So we got to make something happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So they feel this pressure and, I get it to some extent, but it's at your expense.
Yeah, absolutely my expense. So I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I quit. And then one more thing about the show that did make me laugh is I had to do a show with the Naked Cowboy.
Okay.
The guy in New York that wears his underwear and plays guitar. And I didn't want to do it. I was fatter than I was even when I did I've been fat a lot. And so I had wear cowboy boots and underwear, and that's it.
Oh, so they made you go naked also.
Yeah. And they gave me a guitar and a cowboy hat, and I had to go to Central Park and hang out with the Naked Cowboy in my underwear.
Okay.
It was 58 degrees. It was kind of drizzly, but he's down there. And so here was my thought. Well, we're down underground parking lot. We're about to walk out, make a left, head to Central Park. Well, the good news is I ain't got my get up on, so nobody's going to know it's me anyway. I don't got a ball cap on. I got no camo on. I got no sleeveless shirt on. Everybody's going to think I'm just a regular weirdo hanging out in New York City. No big deal. So that was comforting to know nobody's going to care. I'm just going to look like another. So I said, all right, let's go. Let's do it. Ain't nobody going to know it's me. We walk out of the parking garage, make a left. I no sooner make a left. There's a Iraqi taxi cab driver, He looks at me and he goes, "Ha! Lenny the Cable Guy! Gino Don! I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, there goes that. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. Then we had a lunch break, and so I went and got some pizza, and I'm sitting up there in my underwear, a cowboy hat, and people are getting pizza, just walking by me like it's no big deal.